Hello guys and welcome back to the 32 part tutorial of how to model the island. I want to apologize and I want to say I'm sorry because my throat is just a mess. I'm smoking too much. I'm saying this like 4 or 5 times already, and it just get me into these changes in tones and volumes every time when I speak too much. I don't have any water next to me, but I don't feel like drinking, while I'm speaking. Anyway, I did something, and I want to make some points at this stage because these points I feel like they are important for you, and if you want to get the same result or better, even better, the main idea is to get better result than I did. So what I've done recently is I just added those. See those little ones here. These are simple shape. You can see how it looks. Okay, and I'm only covering the seam points, basically the seam lines that has on the roof, covering this one, that little one, these, and I got into this problem here where I couldn't do it with one, you see. So you can either use tiles for this, but the tiles are too big. So one thing to be aware of, the tiles are really big, and I encourage you to do this in proper scale than this one. This is really big, make smaller ones, and make smaller ones just so it will look better, and make sure that when you look at the wave here, okay, you can see the wave height. The height is from here to from this lower point here and this higher point here. While this looks nice, still it just gives problems when it comes to cover those seam points with these cones here. And I will show you just modify center to pivot. I need to change this. You can see this is a really huge gap open, and in order to cover it I had to scale those a little bit too much for my taste. So it doesn't look bad, but still yet it doesn't look as I prefer the scale for it to be. um, so how you do it, I'm gonna just show you how to create this one thing. It's really simple but require a few points to be said. You're gonna create a polygon pipe. You're gonna change the thickness here. Well, let's change the thickness from here 0.100. Okay, like so. You can either stay with subdivision axis of 20, or you can change it to 10. Right click. Well, don't use 10 because yeah, you can. No, don't use 10. Don't use 10. Either 8 or 12. Okay. The reason is because I want to have these deleted half cut. I could have done this that way with the 10, but um, didn't look opened enough. You see, this one is more angle than that one. Okay, I don't know why it does look like this. Maybe it's just the camera. Anyway, you create this. Okay, right click, choose edge. You double click on this edge, mesh, fill hole. Double click on this edge, press G. You grab this entire thing with while it's in object mode. Rotate this. Hold down the J key. Really simple. Press F to focus. Right click, grab these, stretch them a little bit, and press F8. Now you wanna, you wanna right click, choose vertices, grab those vertices, and you wanna scale them down a little bit, but you wanna make sure that this is flat, okay, like so. So make something like that. That will be enough for creating this. I'm gonna add a few edge loops because I want this to be smooth preview. So adding 2 edge loops here and 2 edge loops here. Now because I added those faces with fill hole, now those loops are going to this back faces here, so you don't need to add any more of that. Um, so if you press 3, you'll see you have something like that. Um, Keep one copy here on the grid, Control D to duplicate this and move this and really see if this fits you. Okay, just check this, make sure it's fit this seams, because those seams are really, as I said, with open, very open gap. You want to make sure that the scale of them are fitting this. So just create seams that will cover this as much as you can. Yeah, something like that will be good. Okay. Now, anyway, after you chose to the scale for it, and try and determine the scale by moving through those, because this is where the open gap is really open, and so this is like the limit. This is like the most open gaps, and that way this will this cover thing will need to be adjusted according to that open gap. So this will be like the most uh, bigger scale that you will need to have for this feature. So that way it will need to go and simply follow this scale to the entire shape, just to make things in proportion. So use these seams. After you chose them, just bring it back to here and scale this one to that same scale. Okay, put them side by side and scale this one to the same scale, and still leave this on the origin. Don't touch it, just scale it to the same origin. The next thing which I recommend you is to create a copy of this, and then grab this one. Well, let's create a copy. Okay, so you will need to have two copies here at the origin that you ain't gonna touch, and they are just for copying purposes. Okay, and essentially I'm telling you not to touch them or use them, because you will need them in this state. I'm gonna extrude this. Okay, I'm gonna move this here like so. I'm gonna scale this. Well, I don't want to scale this. I want to make it like so. I'm gonna choose to right click, choose vertices. You know what? I'm gonna take this face and that face. I'm gonna bridge them. I'm gonna take this face and this face. Press G. I can't bridge those. So what I will do here is I'm gonna right click, choose edge. Let's grab this edge. Control right click, edge ring and tilt this to edge ring and split. And then I will grab this two faces and these two faces, and I will try to bridge them. Maybe it won't work, I don't know. No, it doesn't work. So that's okay. You can just delete them. Right click, choose edge, double click on this edge, mesh, fill hole. Do the same for the other side here. G, fill hole. Grab these. Okay, and hold down the V key, snap them into that. Press F8. Well, these are all quads, so it's okay. Even this triangle is a quad because it has 4 vertices. We are not trying to deal with quads right now. It's not the purpose. So you have one with covered, one open, and always leave them here. What you want to do basically is, after you decided on the scale for it, you want to copy this one here, and again, don't touch those, and copy row of these. Okay, so just do Shift D after the first copy or the third copy, doesn't matter. Create like this, take them, mesh combine them, and then do a modify center pivot and move them to the roof. Okay, to deal with them on the roof. This will help you because they are basically flat. So for areas like this here, okay, areas like here, you'll just need to put them and maybe add a little bit rotation. At the end, you want to press 3 to smooth preview this, but you see where I'm going with this, right? The next thing is for those. You can bring this here, move this here, like so. You see I'm putting this area right exactly where the seam starts, putting it there, but I don't want to rotate this. This is again a problem. Don't rotate. Never rotate unless you need to. D, and I'm aligning this one with here. I will create a copy, Control D, and move this one here, J. well, I'm gonna rotate this anyway. It doesn't matter now where I'm gonna rotate this as long that I have this one here. Okay, so this is just to make your life easier and not go back to the grid and creating those. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just scaling this now, making sure it fits that way, position it correctly, do the entire rotation from there while the pivot is there. It's easier, and if you see that it's too big, you can undo that, okay? And you can always go back to the same state where they are, like so. Do the, bring them like up, I don't know, copy them, like let's say copy them. And if you see like, let's see, I'm gonna unscale those, okay? I'm gonna unscale those, and you see that I need like double the size of this one if I wanna use this scale for them. So I am gonna change the scale basically. I will simply grab this and multiply this one basically. Okay, I will do a duplicate for this, move this towards there, grab both of them, and then I will copy and move this into place over here. And if needed, I will do a separate from the combine. Okay, so you separate them and you remove links if needed, or adding links if needed. Anyway, this is how it's going to work, and this is the best way to deal with them. So let me just undo that, deal first with those. The next thing what I've done, I'm going to show you the house. I had this issue, this part here, not issue, but part here. You see this one? It was flat. So what I've done, I added edge here, and I added one edge here to create sort of frame here. So when I had frame, I took all the faces in between and I extruded them down. So I can put, I don't know, some of boiler here, sort of boiler or satellite dish, or I don't know, just pick something. We will see about that. One more issue is here. I don't know if I talked about this, but this area, I had to cover it with two strips of those. Okay, and because one, I, I had to scale it up, but I don't want to change the scale. I want to maintain the same scale for the entire roof. So I use two strips of those to cover this up. I don't think it's bad, but I don't really like it as well. This is as more of like my taste. I didn't find a solution for this yet, so I don't know. I need to find something with cut tool and just remove these. And if I won't have any, if I will find how to do this, I will do this as well for here, which I'm not sure how I done this one, by the way. Let me see if I center pivot. Yeah, I haven't done this here. Okay, so we shall see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure already. So this is it for this part. You can see I used almost every seam here I covered all the seams here. I didn't do here because it's unneeded. This is a flat wall. You don't need to do this here. Try to adjust if sometimes you don't need one more link. Just try adjust those. Okay, it's not bad. No one will notice, so that's okay. And one last thing, by the way, I'm gonna open a new window here. Let's type in ceramic tile roof images. You want to take a look at roofs. Okay, this is really important. The tile that I chose, the wave sort of one, you can see it's something like that one, or I don't know. There are many of them that looks like waves, but if you're gonna use it for game purposes, like game asset, you probably want to think about different sort of tiles. There are flat ones, which I really admire for some reason. I don't know why. These ones, you see, these are flat ones. These are also flat ones. And there are some of them, you see, this is really nice, but it's also flat. And it's good. It's good that it's flat, not but. It's good that it's flat. So there are many, many, designs for them. and as long that you maintain them flat, this will require less attention with the covering the seam, because you will cut them and you won't have those differences in high and scale. Basically, whenever I created a wave, this is what made me cut them and they looked like that. See? So this waves makes it to be a little bit more open gap than what it should be. And then according to that, I had to scale those a little bit more. So this is it for this part. I hope you understood this. I just don't want to cover a whole process to this because this is stupid. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and I will see you at the next part. And by then, I hope that I will find a solution for cutting some of them. I mean, I can remove some of them, but I know that uh, it won't look that good, and it will deserves a little bit more work, like tweaking them as I did here with this part. I probably will have to remove some of them and just squeeze some of them out from that area. I don't want to do this again, so I will see about that. Okay, I want to cut them. Anyway, we'll see you at the next part. Bye bye, guys.